Okay, hello, this is Dr. Lennon. So in this installment, we will look at creating a pivot chart or pivot table in Excel, something I asked you to do in the activity for this module. So open up your Chapter 3 web files and click on Restaurant. So this is the example they do in Section 3.3 on page 101. So we're going to be using this data to create a pivot chart. Notice what we've got is we've got a bunch of quality ratings, either good, very good, or excellent, and we have the meal price and the wait time for said meal. So what we want to do is kind of have a summary of all that information in one place that we can look at. So first what you want to do is go up here, click Insert, and then we want to click on the Pivot Table option and select Pivot Chart is actually the one we're going to want to use. And then we want to select our data range, so that can be accomplished just by highlighting all the data. So we highlight to here and then we're done. And then we want that to happen on a new worksheet. And then we just click OK. And we want to now choose our three different metrics we had, basically the quality rating, the meal price, and the wait time, and we want to drag those into the appropriate things. So one of them gives access fields, one of them gives legend fields, and one of them gives values. So what we want to do is we want to take the quality rating and move that to the axis, because we're basically going to be grouping each one by how many appeared excellent, how many appeared good, how many appeared very good. So notice this appears over here when we drag it. We want to take the meal price and bring that to the legend. Notice that now along the top we've got all the different meal prices that were available. And then the last thing is the wait time, and we want to bring that to the values area. Okay, so now we've got all the different wait times that correspond to the rating along with how much they cost. So that's what's filled in each cell. Notice you won't necessarily have all the cells filled in because maybe someone that waited 30 minutes never had a good experience. They were all either excellent or very good. So now what we want to do is we want to click on the sum of the wait time down here, and we want to click on the value field settings to make this a little bit easier to deal with. So first, instead of looking at all these different values, we're just going to instead look at the average in terms of the wait times. Oh, and I forgot to do one thing. Notice how these decimals are really long. What we'd rather do is change the number format so it's small. So let's make the decimal places just down to one decimal place. And click OK. So now it's a little bit more simplified and easier to read. And then the next thing we want to do is we want to right-click any one of these meal prices up here that we see. I'm just going to right-click the first one. And what we want to do now is we kind of want to group those together a little bit in terms of like categories. So we have maybe like $10 to $20. We don't look at the whole thing. So what we're going to do is click this group and start at 10. So it gives you the first value, the last value, and then this is basically just going to group in $10 bundles. So from 10 to 20, from 20 to 30, and so on. You could make it smaller if you want, but let's just stick with 10 this time. And click OK. And I'm just going to move the table over. And I'm going to, notice it's kind of in a funny order. It would normally go good, very good, excellent. So we can actually click this, right click it, and just say move to the end. So if you had lots of different categories, more than 3, you wouldn't have to mess around with it. But that is it. We now see our pivot table in terms of all of our data. We've got meal prices according to 4 different colors, and we see the number of ratings given and the wait times they were expected. So I hope that helps you in creating some pivot tables when you have lots of different types of data, categorical along with numerical. So good luck.